This morning show no relief from the nation's foreclosure crisis. Mortgage defaults are up 15% since last year, and 1 in 409 homes received a foreclosure notice this January. That's more than 315,000 homes. Many homeowners on the edge are considering something that just doesn't feel right, which is to just walk away from the mortgage. But Claire Shipman spoke to one expert who's encouraging some owners to just do it.
Wait a minute.
Hardly anybody believes in this gauzy home-owning fairy tale anymore. Not when 1 in 5 American homes, 15 million of them, are underwater or worth less than their purchase price. But even with their nest eggs gone, millions of homeowners feel obligated to stay on a hamster wheel of costly payments with no hope of any return. It's controversial, but why not just walk away?
There's a lot of justified fear about what happens if you walk away from your mortgage.
But Brent White, a law professor at the University of Arizona, says homeowners have to get more objective about the decision, like the big banks are. They routinely walk away from bad investments.
Banks understand that contracts are legal documents, but individuals believe that they have a moral obligation to pay their mortgage.
People like Heather B., a single mom with a lovely home in the metropolitan D.C. area, she asked that we not give her last name.
I was working 2 jobs. I liquidated a 401k. I reached out for every source of income that I could possibly get my hands on to stay in this home.
But when the bank refused to modify the loan on her home, currently more than $200,000 underwater, she turned to youwalkaway.com, a website that's claimed to have helped thousands walk away from their mortgages. She might take comfort in the fact that her decision to default on her house is no different, really, than the decision to default on this property, worth tens of millions of dollars in Washington. The owner, the Mortgage Bankers Association, the same group that urges homeowners to, quote, think long and hard about walking away from their obligation. Though we tried, they were not available for an interview. Is there a double standard? We turned to Gail Cunningham of the National Foundation for Credit Counseling for answers.
I don't think that individuals necessarily need to listen to what corporate America is doing. If we start treating those loans casually, it would put Americans on a very slippery slope.
White disagrees.
Sure, you'll take a credit hit, but you can recover from that. And the cost of a credit hit are in many cases a lot less than the hundreds of thousands of dollars that someone may save by walking away from their mortgage.
And as for Heather, even though she says she's making the right decision with her head, it still weighs heavily on her heart.
I'm feeling sad. However, I looked at the pros and cons, and it tipped towards the pro of me leaving. So that's what I'm doing.
Now, remember, it's something you always want to do very carefully, and you should always check the laws in your state before you do it. And experts say only consider it if you're about 20 to 30% underwater, George.